All right, we're out in the garage again. Beautiful day here in Texas. Beautiful day. It's been a joy to have a pretty day because we've had some pretty dreary places in Texas here lately. And anyway, I happen to be going through the going through my wood, and I found another Odie Roughout. I don't know why. I think someone sent this to me, and a lot of this stuff I get, people have sent me things and stuff like that. So while waiting for another Roughout, I thought we'd go ahead and now we just redid a Odie Roughout. Odie is the name of the character that Mike Shipley had for this character. So what I'm saying is, let's go ahead and just redefine this Roughout again. Let's just do another version of this Roughout again. Now, as everybody knows, Odie was the little hillbilly guy with the thing over him, and he had the mustache and beard and all that other stuff. But let's just change him just a little bit, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and leave Odie pretty much that way, but we're going to do the same thing, or the very similar thing, by making him an entirely different character. Now, as I've told you, the character should have the hands in the pocket. And we changed him last time to a guy who was going on a date and kind of a ladies' man. But we're going to leave him kind of the hillbilly this time, but we're going to do a little something different. We're going to give Odie kind of a different look in a different way. Now, the first thing we want to do, we're going to go ahead and leave Odie the way he is as far as the hat and everything, but let's work on the arms a little bit. Now, I'm going to do the same thing basically I did last time. I'm going to bring this arm down like this, okay? Because what we're going to do, we're going to make him a little hunter. A school bus just went by. You're going to hear that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of work this arm down just a little bit. We're going to do a few little different things to him. And we're going to take and we're going to bring this arm down here like this. And we want to take our time. We don't want to kill ourselves doing what we're doing. But we're going to put a rifle in this hand. I'm going to put a rifle in there. It's like he's a little hunter. I got a bug crawling on me. I hope y'all doing good. I'm doing good. I had a little trouble with my back here recently. The lower back, that sciatic nerve. I got out and did a bunch of stuff, and I must have, I don't remember doing anything that could have hurt my back, but I did. Something did it, because I was stove up the next day so bad I couldn't even hardly get out of my chair I sleep in. And you see what we're doing? We're taking, instead of that hand being in the pocket as we did with the bear, I think we did the same thing with the bear. The fishing bear is what I'm talking about. We brought his hands down, and we're doing the same thing with the Odie figure. Now, this is an old Roughout, so the wood might be a little bit tough or a little bit. I didn't spray it with any alcohol or anything like that to soften it up a little bit. A lot of times when these have been sitting around for years and years and years, they do get that that hard look to them, or hardness to them. And we're going to come up underneath here, and we're just going to cut too much of a cutting, Gene. Too much of a, there we go. Time to taking off too big of a piece. All right, now see? Now you're getting an idea of what we're doing here. We're going to put a rifle in that hand. And let's just run this up along this arm here and make a cut back here and do this here, and we'll slowly but surely bring this all down so that we can, yeah, that pertaining to my back, I just did something wrong. You know what's funny, you can be working all day long and doing a bunch of hard work and everything will be fine, and then you bend over, pick up something, and you throw your back out. You know, it's a strange thing. Now maybe it has something to do with the hard work that you've been doing. Maybe you've been pushing yourself, and at 70 years old, you push yourself too much. I had a neighbor one time that he was around 55 or something. And he had about, oh gosh, he'd had probably 3 or 4 back operations. Now, I'm not against back operations, but I've heard a lot of people say, a lot of people do good. A lot of people have them and do good, and a lot of people have them and they just completely and totally, they mess up. I mean, they never recover. They just have to go on and have more and more, and that was the way in his situation. But when he was about 45, 46 years old, he decided he was going to go out there, because he had played football in high school, but he was going to go, and his son played football, very good players. But he decided he was going to go out there and he was going to play with those young boys. And he messed his back up really bad. And ended up having to have surgeries, and really a bad situation. Okay, now we're getting where we want to go. Okay, we're getting down to the, especially on this arm, where we want to go with our figure. Okay, now let's decide on the other hand what we're going to do. And let's just do like what we did with the, we're going to make a hand right in here instead of in the pocket. And I think we're going to put a jug in that hand and make that be it's so much fun taking things that are supposed to be done a certain way, and I mean, I like it. I like to experiment with things like that and make the piece a little bit different than what it should be. And what you have to do is you have to come over here and bring this down so that you can give enough room in the hand here to And we'll put us a rifle and just like we put a. So what we're doing is we're changing the whole nature of Odie, and I think instead of having the beard, we might have like a mustache or something like that. In other words, give him kind of a different look. It's a lot of fun redoing things, and sometimes we all wish we could do that in our lives. Change things up how we look, and some of us get kind of upset about how the good Lord made us. We can't all be beautiful like me. I mean, I was going to say, we can't all be beautiful like I was. In other words, I'm just an ugly old cuss, born that way and raised that way. And let's put it this way, I wasn't one of the beautiful people. That's okay. Good Lord made me the way I was. And none of us stay beautiful anyway. I mean, unless you had a bunch of them operations, you know. I told somebody said, you can always have plastic surgery. I said, shoot, in order to make me look good, I'd have to have so much plastic surgery, my nose would be on top of my forehead. And all those facelifts and stuff. But, okay, we're just taking off here to give this hand plenty of room, plenty of space, so that we can put a jug in that hand. You know, I found as you get older, as you grow older, you just don't, that's the way a lot of people are. You just don't really care anymore whether anybody thinks you're good looking or not. It doesn't matter anymore, really don't. I'm not one of these people that's tried to keep my youth all my life and worried about that kind of stuff. I've always been tried to be a down-to-earth person more than anything in the world. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to look young. But you know what? I don't care how much you want to look young. Age is going to show itself on you eventually one day. So just accept it. Go on with it. All right. So we've got quite a bit of wood taken away from the hand there. In other words, so as we look at our my old daddy used to tell me, he said, son, don't worry about looking good, just die with character. Have a little bit of character in life. Sometimes that's hard to find. Okay. So, there we go. Now we're already changing the whole structure of the piece itself. So let's go down here Let's go ahead and cut a little bit of this off right in here. There's a piece of wood kind of got trapped there. In fact, that goes right up the middle of the legs. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and cut it. Okay. Yeah, I go through my wood pile every once in a while. I'll find things that I didn't know I had. And I found this Odie Roughout, and I thought, well, let's just do another one, you know? Let's show how you can do this so differently. Now we're going to keep the hat this time the way it is. I mean, we can actually create a hat, another type of hat, but we'll just keep it the way it is and change the face a little bit. Okay, well let's go ahead and go up to the face. Change that. Let's go ahead and hit a little place there that got a little movement to it. Okay, and let's come here and kind of go around the face just a little bit. And let's come up here where the nose is. And we're going to come back here to bring that nose out. And we're going to come back here to bring that nose out. Get over here. There we go. And let's just come up underneath that nose a little bit. Bring it out a little bit. This is a little hard to get into in here, just a little bit. But you just remove a little bit of wood from the hat, and it, you know, you want to get in here, and sometimes it's a little bit hard that you don't take a little of the nose off by doing it, but you just have to take your time. You just have to take your time and as you do these things. See? As you go along, you just kind of go around the hat a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's just kind of come around the back here and continue just sort of take that wood out.